Energy Vault is coming to Australia. Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian here and welcome to another episode of HeiseSays. Grab your stein of coffee because this is just frustrating. This is really frustrating. I mean, have a look at this. New battery technology could be a game changer for regional Australian communities. The CEO of Swiss company Energy Vault says its gravity storage technology can be built anywhere. You can build a 20-story building. Oh boy. Now, Energy Vault, I heard of this before. Where have I heard of this before? Well, Thunderfoot has done a video busting this. Years ago, Energy Vault busted. He tears this thing apart and shows how it's just complete rubbish. How it's not going to work. Okay? And, of course, here we go. They're looking at building one in Townsville. Our wonderful Queenslandian bloody politicians. So let's have a look. Let's hope this isn't government funded. Let's really hope it isn't. The head of Swiss Energy Company, which has plans to build a large storage battery in Townsville, says its technology will be a game changer for rural communities because it can be built anywhere, provided the locals don't mind having a structure that is as tall as a 20-story building. Yeah, this bloody thing. Imagine all the noise pollution from this, lifting concrete up and down, and the wear and tear on it, and the embodied energy in this. This is the problem. All of this renewable stuff, they never count the fact that you need sufficient battery storage to address for the fact when it can't provide power as consistently as base load, as real energy production. There's a reason why these things, that their technology is 10,000 years old. It's not innovative. Because this is, all these concrete blocks that they're lifting up and down, this is a huge amount of embodied energy. And remember, these things need to be re-energized every few years. Energy Vault has pioneered a gravity energy storage system that uses surplus energy to raise 35-ton blocks made out of recycled materials to the top of a tall battery structure. Energy is released by lowering those blocks. Okay, so excess energy. When do we have excess energy? So rather than using that excess energy to reduce the power output of our coal power plants, you're going to use it to lift blocks up so you can drop them down later at night. Let's have a look right now at the Australian energy production, the energy market on the East Coast. Let's have a look here. Okay, the time of recording, 6:25. You've got this coal plant running at 103%. This one running only at 98%. There you go. These solar plants are pretty much shutting down for the night. We have a wind farm here running at 0%. You've got coal running 100%, 91%. 91%, good, not too bad. Where are we? Where's Townsville? Townsville is up here, isn't it? There you go. And there, gas turbine is only running at 58%. There you go. So it's good. They've got capacity right there. Okay, they've got capacity already. And if we go down, look at Victoria here. Well, all the wind turbines again are running at 9%. Well, look at this. They've turned off the power, the fossil fuels. That can't be. Oh, wait. Sorry, I got confused. No, of course not. Loy Yang is running 100% and 103%. And looks like the little... There you go. Was this one of the gas ones that kick in for peak load? But yeah, I mean, there you go, guys. This is the problem. You've got to build these huge 20-story bloody structures rather than just burning some coal at night time or when you've got less wind. Okay, this isn't necessary. This is all extra embodied energy that you're spending. Pollution. This is pollution. Okay, rather than burning coal, you've got to use the power to dig up the resources to build this thing. And you have to take that into account. Okay? The problem, once you start using renewables for base load that are variable, intermittent, and then you build sufficient battery storage to ensure you've got enough power to completely replace fossil fuels, this doesn't stack up. It doesn't make sense. I guess we're in a post-facts world anyway, aren't we? The Townsville proposal, a deal struck between Korean zinc-owned Sun Metals to build a gravity energy storage system to power its zinc refinery in northern Queensland, will be the first use of the technology in Australia. Oh, good. It's private business. probably pissing away money like this to get an ESG score. This is going to be an expensive future. Well, I went shopping today, went and got some meat, went to the butcher's, costed a lot of money. It's all getting real expensive. And it's just going to get more expensive. When we're powering our industry with concrete blocks moved up and down, of course everything's going to get even more expensive than burning some gas or coal that's in the ground that we can get easily. Oh boy. And it's not going to have any impact on the global environment. None at all. This is completely virtue signaling. So it was also awarded, because remember, taking the things up there takes a lot of power. You're never going to get the power back that you put in. So rather than using the excess power here to lift this crap up, you could be using it to reduce the load of all of these fossil fuel plants. So that's... it's just a gimmick. It really is. You know what they do? They just get some utes there and just drive them to lift them up. Or maybe they need to get camels. We've got lots of camels in Australia. Whip them to lift the blocks up. Bloody hell, we really are going back to medieval technology. This is just bullshit, isn't it? I can't be the only one that sees this is going to get more and more expensive. Oh. It's also awarded a contract last month to develop a 250 megawatt, 500 megawatt conventional battery alongside the proposed 350 megawatt Meadow Creek solar farm near Wangarattara in northeast Victoria. Oh boy. Energy Vault CEO Robert Picconi told Guardian Australia that gravity energy storage system technology works in the same way as pumped hydro, in that it uses gravity to create kinetic energy. Yes, and pumped hydro has a huge amount of embodied energy. And the proposals here in Queensland, they are also going to displace homes and cause lots and lots of issues too. But, oh boy. What we did was mirror gravity, but solved to make something where you didn't need any mountains or rivers and don't need to disrupt wildlife and ecosystems. Well, I mean, they're right here. We already use this technology. We use it in most modern high-rises now. You've got cogeneration in the lifts. When they're going down, they're using that to generate power all the time. Reduces the operating costs for the buildings. So, in principle, it's a sensible idea. But that's a byproduct of something you're doing anyway, transporting people vertically up and down a building. Not this. We can build it anyway. Yep. He said Australia was an area of focus for Energy Vault due to the rapid proliferation of renewables and the large number of power-hungry industrial and commercial clients. Oh, shit. He said it could supply new heavy industry developments in rural and regional areas because the technology is not tied to access to any particular raw materials. He said it would also create construction jobs in those areas. Yeah, everything will create construction jobs in those areas. We estimate 60 to 80% of the dollars you spend in building storage goes back into the local community. Yeah, that's the same justification the government uses to pump up the housing market. It's the same bullshit they say whenever they've got a new wind farm that'll create all these jobs for construction. Then there's only 3 fellas walking around checking it out for the next few years. Gravity storage allowed power to be stored for a longer duration, which made it a more attractive option for energy-intensive industries that needed more than 2 to 4 hours of storage, usually provided by lithium-ion battery. 2 to 4 hours of storage. This is the biggest bullshit that we're looking at, guys. Australia's going to just get so expensive. This is not going to be cheap. This is not going to be cheap. Andrew Fraser of the ANU's Battery Storage and Grid Integration Program said the technology looked very promising, but he said investors may need more convincing. When alternative technologies start to come in, they certainly can show a lot of promise, but generally come with a lot of risks. We saw this a little bit with solar probably around 10 years ago, when there were a few pilot projects around for things like thermal solar storage and even geothermal investments. Some projects started to develop towards a pilot, but the money quickly started to evaporate because solar, just very basic PV solar, was so much less risky at a larger scale. Fraser said Australia was the canary in the coal mines for renewable energy future. which made it an attractive place for international companies to pilot energy projects. The University of Tasmania energy expert, Professor Xiaolin Wang, said any technology that could solve lithium batteries' pollution problems was welcome, but he added the uptake ultimately depended on the technology being available to make it cost-effective and efficient. Yeah, this oh boy, bloody hell. Building a 20-story building has huge energy costs and pollution as well. Nothing is completely bloody clean. And this thing is going to need maintenance. You're lifting stuff up and down. You're going to need oils. You're going to need liquids. Is it going to produce enough power to power itself? Energy Vault backers include Korean Zinc. Yep. All companies that have ESG ratings. The company could face some criticism for being backed by polluters, but said his focus was on tackling the climate crisis, a challenge that he said would require all parties to work together. No, it's not. You're trying to make money, mate. The Energy Vault backers see the need to make the transition. I don't think this is about washing their hands. I think they've understood that things have to change. No, they just want ESG ratings. In one Garath, about 20 minutes from where the conventional Meadow Creek battery will be built, the Deputy Mayor, Harry Bassell, said the community had yet to see how it would benefit from the expansion of renewable technologies. He also raised concerns about the safety of solar farms and battery in the event of a bushfire. Oh, shit, yeah. How are you going to... I guess you'd have to clear all the forest, the bush around the farm to create a big fire break, wouldn't you? Ultimately, he said he would wait until the project had broken ground to judge. There's a long list for solar farms has been approved. Yep. Okay, so there we go, guys. Let's have a talk about this one. Just watch Thunderfoot's video on it. It's good. What's more concerning is this type of stuff is starting here in Australia. Oh, well, so much for us having a manufacturing sector, hey? Anyway, thanks for watching. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on this one in the comments below. Check out HeiseBim and HeiseSays International for other topics. You can support us financially on YouTube or Patreon. Use our referral links, buy our pocket squares, or call us if you need an architect. Take care, everyone, and I'll see you in the next episode of HeiseSays. It's just fun and games, isn't it? Fun and, Cadbury moved to Tasmania because they had great weather and cheap power. We're not going to have that much longer, not when you're building 20-story bloody concrete elevators to store power.